Hey everyone, this is Brandon with The Chosen Prime, and today I am going to show everyone how to fix the shoulders on Masterpiece Ramjet. As many of you know, they came assembled backwards, so we're going to take out the pin and take the one screw out that needs to come out and swap the shoulders and put it back together. This is a pretty simple procedure that only requires the three tools in front of me here, a small Phillips head screwdriver, some adjustable pliers, and a small star wrench with a diameter small enough to fit into the pinhole. So the way that we start this is I like to take the body off just to give us a little more room to work. Those two screws disconnect the whole fuselage here. We'll set that out of the way. And now we can get to everything just a little bit easier. So I'm going to separate these and push them down out of the way now. To further give us some more room. So the next step is to remove this little hidden screw. So you pop this off and remove this screw. This allows you to separate the arm and remove the arm. And to make things easier, I like to put this back together just to make sure nothing is lost and you keep your sides correctly aligned. So there we have the arm off and safe, so we're going to set that aside. So this is the part that is a problem. Right here, this little piece here is backwards. It's on the wrong side. So we need to remove this pin right here. Get up close here so we can show everybody this pin right here that's somewhat hidden by some flashing right now. We're going to take it out and then we're going to switch to the other side. So the way that I have been taught to do this is take a pliers, and the pin has to go out the same side it was struck in from, which in this case it should go out this way to the inside of the body. So we're going to take these pliers, and you want to make sure that they fit down in the hole properly. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have a good flat grip on your subject without creating any tension or blocking the hole that you're trying to remove the pin from. So we need to widen these out just a further bit to get a good flat grip on it. And then just going to gently squeeze until it starts to move. Now that we've got some movement out of it, and you can see the flashings cleared out of the way, we're going to get our grip out of the way completely make sure you're going straight up and down here. That's what allows you to get the pressure without doing any damage. See, the pin has now started to come out. So you want to get it just off to the side. Adjust these down now. And out comes the pin. So you can see, maybe, on film here, that one side of this pin is scarred, and that side is on this inside. That's where it was struck from. So you want it to go back in the same way when we put it back. So now this comes apart and our little problem piece is off. So we're going to set that off to this side so we know it goes with the other shoulder. Set the other pieces off on this side so we know they all go together. I'm going to take it off. We're going to get the other side taken apart just the same. We take our screw cover out, and this can be a little tricky to get off, but just kind of have to get your nail into it. There it comes. So there's a little peg that holds it in place, and then this peg in the back. So you kind of have to work those out simultaneously. Going to unscrew the arm. This is a longer screw than it seems like it would be, but get it off and separate this shoulder. Again, sticking this all back together so we know that it goes with this shoulder piece. So now we're back to this pin again. We're going to find our star wrench here, position it properly. This is a little awkward because of the angle that the wings have to sit at, so just be careful when you're doing this. You might have to adjust your pliers a couple times due to just finding a comfort zone and the right angle to apply pressure. I like to get it started going straight on so I know it's to the point where it's flush, and then get the pliers out of the way. And this is the part you have to be the most careful with so you don't scar anything. It's a little awkward, but it pops right out. If you have any trouble getting it out, once it's started, you can just, oops, sorry about that, grab it with the pin with your pliers, and it's out. So now, we'll slide this off. We will slide this piece and set it over here with the proper piece here, the proper shoulder, and our two cannon mounts. Now there is a channel here that this slides through. This piece here, you can see the channel on the inside, so you want that to go right down in here. The missile pod cover also needs to be pinned in, so you need to make sure that is on there before you start the pin back through. Once you push the pin in, it's going to go in very easy because it's already been slotted there. Take your plier and finish pushing it in. You can adjust it out a little more to get it back flush. And you can see No damage to either side. Everything's clean. We're going to go back in and put the shoulder back in place. To do that, simply line up this hole and this one. And snap those back together. You've got a mushroom peg here on the bottom of the arm. So once you have your alignment kind of set, just slide this back up in here and make sure that everything is properly aligned, and we're back together with the arm. I'm going to take our screw, the arm, and screw it back down. Oops. Okay. And finally, we put the little cover back on, and we've got a shoulder that is aligned properly and allows you to get the clearance needed to get the arm inside the area and flush here. So we'll go into the other side, get our parts in place. First the shoulder ratchet, then the channeled missile pod, and finally the cover. And just remember again with the pin that you have to go in the way that you went out. I'm going to move this back out of the way so we can squeeze it. But do remember it has to go in the way it went out. So we come in this side with the smooth side going out. It's already most of the way in. Give it a little squeeze and we're flush and we're good here. Come back to the arm. Gently separate these if possible so nothing goes flying. And get your arm joint reattached here. Oops. So it would help if these were turned over the right way, so they fit the right arm. You do have to spin those, so if it doesn't feel natural when you're putting it together, there's a reason for that, because it was set up for the other arm. Okay, now we're there. Get our screw, pop it back in. Don't tighten this down too much, but get it snug. And lastly, our other arm cover. Okay, now we're ready to put the fuselage back on. So let's get these into the middle. And line this back up. So your screw holes should be fairly obvious here. Your empties here. And this part can be a little tricky getting it back on depending on where your channels are. So it's easier to use the channel to hold the screw and then screw it back in place. I'm really sorry that I'm off camera here. Okay, one is in. Number two, forthcoming. It really helps if you have a magnetic screwdriver too, just to help hold stuff in place. So we're going to get number two screwed back down, good and tight. And our ramjet is now without void space on the shoulders. So this still works good. So now let's transform it just to show you that it works properly. Arms line up properly. You can see this is already fitting together very nice. Let's get the other side in place. These hands cleared, and looky there at that nice fit. Same thing on the other side, all good. So let's get these wings positioned. This one, take this down. And we've got a nice flush fit here for the wings. Very simple modification for a little oops by Takara. Hopefully this has been helpful for anybody looking to do this fix themselves. If you're not and you need some assistance with it, we would be glad to do it for you. Feel free to contact us at info@thechosenprime.com and we will take care of it from there. Thank you.